tried to shoot out the sun. In days when we raged, we flew off the page. Such damage was done. I made it through. Somebody knew I was meant for someone. So girl, leave your boots by the bed. We ain't leaving this room till someone needs medical help or the magnolias bloom. It's cold in this house and I ain't going out to chop wood. So cover me up and know you're enough to use me for good. All right, Champy likes Jason Isbell. Hello, people. Hello, good people of Earth. Good day to you. Welcome to the AI Learning Lab. My name is Kyle Shannon. I was trained at Oxford. I have qualifications beyond compare. What's happening? Happy Sunday night. Green Bay Packers upset the Dallas Cowboys. Old Jerry Jones was like, this is the most disappointing thing I've ever seen. You done? You done? Alright, you're done. You're done. You're done. He's good for half a song. Useless dog. Useless pound. Emilio's wife. I'm here. Let's start.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Oh, yes. Rather, Trent. Carry on. Cheerio, pip, pip. I quit the Cowboys when they fired Jimmy Johnson. There you go. Oh, yeah, you're in Dallas. You're in Dallas, Kelly. That's funny. Yeah, they pretty much flushed that game down the toilet. It was just like Green Bay was like, we're gonna run a bunch of practice plays and complete them all. Nope, someone's printing. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Let's get started here. Detroit 27, LA 17 quarterback shootout. Yep, they seem to be doing pretty good. What's going on right now? I think the Rams have it. That was second down, so it must be third down and something. Yep. All right. So welcome. If you are brand new here, this is the AI Learning Lab. My name's Kyle Shannon. I'm an entrepreneur and I don't even know what I am with regards to this AI stuff. I'm committed to demystifying it. but I don't really have an end game other than that right now. I'll come up with an end game. But if you're curious about AI, if you are trying to figure this stuff out, that's what this channel's about. I'll tell you about the AI Salon, which is a community. So there's a bunch of people that show up here every night. I show up here every night. And then there's a bunch of people that show up here every night. They're odd, but they're oddly amazing. We call them the irregulars, and they show up here regularly. And we do cool stuff. These sessions have been kind of have turned into kind of live jam sessions. And so if you have questions about AI, pop them in the comments below. Nice, Danielle. Thank you very much. We're we're also oddly irregular. The odd squad. There you go. Oh. Why do my pins say under review? Oh, Joker, you didn't hear? You've been put on probation. I don't fucking know. Cause TikTok sucks. What are you trying to pin? Maybe that's the problem. I honestly don't know. I mean, if there's something I can go look at it, I'll go look at it. But I don't know. Actually, let me pull up the mod channel in case you guys need to say anything. Hey mods. Hey Silver Fox was shaking. We had good fun last night. I in a senior moment filled out a credit card form with 120 people watching. How did Grandpa lose his retirement fund? There you have it. That was fun. That was good. Good fun times. Fun times were had by all. So I went off and canceled that. So that's going to be a pain in the ass in my life. Change shirts. Oh, because this is too white. Too much white down here. Lunarstick, what's happening? Lunarstick hasn't been here much. She's on a. She has made like 85 GPTs. I don't think she's gonna sleep at night till she hits 100. She's just on a tear. All right, let me go change my shirt here. But you know what we'll do? Because y'all seem to enjoy this, we'll go find D. Boom. I'll be back. A human being, good day, good day. She's on a detox vacay. You need a Blanton's so we can read the text. Oh yeah, I'll put Blanton's. I'll put the Blanton's on there too. Hang on. You know, it's actually hard to use my computer when I have a brown velvet bag on it. I don't know if y'all appreciate that, but I think, you know, having a Blanton's bag here is a good way to go. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, wait. LA close to scoring. Ouch, that doesn't look good. All right. Kyle is back. You did it! Yay! AI Learning Lab. Welcome. The latest from the James Webb Telescope right there. They discovered the AI Learning Lab galaxy. All right, I got on some Storyvine advertisement. That's my company. So hopefully that's a little more readable for you folks. All right, so here's the deal. If you're curious about AI, pop your comments down below or questions. If anything's going on that's interesting, let me know. I'm happy to... I'm all too happy to give my 2 cents on subjects I know little about, just like ChatGPT. And what else? I don't know. Sunday night. I'm trying to think if there's anything good. I updated the AI Learning Lab YouTube channel. to put a bunch of all the latest videos up there. I still haven't put comments on them, but they're all up there. All up there. All right, let's get looking at the comments. Let's get looking at what y'all is saying here. What you doing, people? What are you doing? The pasty one is a request. I wanted to create a logo design for my brand. What AI should I use? Any recommendations? Well, it depends where you are in your branding. If you've got like if you know exactly what you want, a human being. I wore my Salon t-shirt to the grocery store and someone asked about it. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. That's fantastic. It's good. Say, join. Come figure it out. My city put me on the Centennial Committee, probably because my Centennial GPT got enthusiasm. See, people? See what Lunastick's doing there? She's using GPTs to express herself, to like get her ideas out there. And it's making a difference. She just got invited to be on the Centennial Committee. That's super cool. Let's do some logos. I'd like to redo my business logo. Okay, so I think what we'll do is I'm gonna do logos inside ChatGPT. Although it might be interesting to go over and see if there's. I wonder if there's any models over at Leonardo. Yeah, we could do that. Oh, some ChatGPTs in the store for logo building. Just saying. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Okay, people. So, okay. Calm down. Just calm down. Everybody pipe down. Or not. I don't care. All right, we'll go do some branding. And we'll show you what GPTs are. We'll go find some logo GPTs because someone will have pre-prompted them for us, which is cool. I think it's the thing I'm digging the most about GPTs right now. There's two things that are feeling like big deals to me. One of the big deals is not
You can make money with ChatGPT.
the OpenAI's got to get their shit together with the store. So I think we're still couple of months off from that being at all interesting. But one of the things that I'm really digging about GPTs is people using them as marketing tools, right? So here's a way to generate awareness for my business or my consulting services or whatever. And the GPTs are, being a good advertisement for that kind of thing. So I think that's super cool. And then the other one is just this idea of like people have such wildly diverse passions and expertise, and as people get excited about making GPTs, like Lunastick sort of dug up a bunch of old ideas she's had over the past bunch of years and is just turning them all into GPTs. Corey Sandler's doing the same. TK's doing the same. There's a bunch of people right now that are just kind of, it's not even running down rabbit holes. It's more like they make a GPT, they put it in the world, they get some feedback. Someone goes, oh, it'd be cool. Or they go, oh, now that I made that one, here's 3 other ones I could make. And so people are just running down these rabbit holes of self-expression. And then we as as the public that are in any way exploring these GPTs stumble upon something where someone has done kind of a deep rabbit hole all their life on a really weird little topic, and now we get to play with that. It's just amazing. Steven, Kyle, I found the superpower GPT research thing. It's called Search Superpower. Okay, cool. We'll go look at that too. So let me flip over here. And let's go, let me see. I'll come back to regular Chat GPT here, and I'll I'll show you another way to do logos, but let's go explore some GPTs. So if you're in ChatGPT, what the hell's going on? Why is this all so wonky? Is that right? Yeah, that's better. Okay. So here I am at ChatGPT, and there's my prompt history, and then this Explore GPTs, that is the GPT store. So if I click there and I go out here, one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to use the awesome directory that OpenAI's put together to go easily find the design section. Oh, they don't have one because they only have 7 categories, but it must be in productivity. So let's go to productivity. Oh, well, there's 6. Well, let me see more. Oh, there's 6 more. They're promoting 12 GPTs in up to 7 categories. This site's just useless, although the search is good. So we're gonna type in logo. I'm just salty because I feel like this should be farther along than it is. Logo creator, Canva by Canva.com. That's interesting because that was a plugin. Canva's a really interesting one. Let's go play with Canva. Inspirational quote. I need a poster, Instagram post. I want to make a logo for my business. Steve's Shredders. A document, a mobile document shredding service. All right, let's see what the Canva GPT does. Hello, excited to bring your visions to life. Start with a journey with Canva. For your business logo, let's capture the essence of your mobile document shredding service. Could you tell me a bit more about the vibe? Humorous, and it's a bunch of, bunch of guys driving around with shredders in their pickup trucks. Let's see what. Oh, Canva. Okay. Canva wants to talk to the ChatGPT plugin, canva.com. All right. We'll always allow that. So they're leveraging their plugin, which is interesting. Here are 2 logo designs. Okay, to be clear, these are not logos. These are flyers. All right, moving on. Back to exploring GPTs. Let's go back to logos. If I wanted to do a flyer or some sort of document that Canva, I guess, does a little more readily, that would be good. So let's see here. We've got logo creators got 100,000 plus uses. Logo GPT, logo maker. So there's a bunch here that have a lot. Here's the logo designer for startups, 10,000. Let's try this one. I need a logo. I have a logo sketch. I need a logo. We'll just start there. There you go. He's asking for a donation up front. He's also doing it in, what is that? Italian? Can you please speak English? Every response is an ad to give him money at PayPal. Okay, I don't like that. Code it better. I love calls to action, but I don't like a call to action at the beginning of every interaction. So we're gonna not do that. Let's go to the one with the 100,000 uses. Maybe this one's nice. Use me to generate professional logos and app icons. Generate me a logo featuring an ice cream. Okay. I have a business called Steve's Shredders, which is a mobile document shredding business similar to Two Guys in a Van in terms of its business model, period. I want a logo that incorporates the main ideas of the business and has some humor in it. Great, I'd love to help. Let's start. Please choose one of the following options. Vibrant, neutral, serious. Let's go 1. Wait. One. Fantastic choice for Steve Shredders. Oh, a vibrant logo will certainly stand out. Next, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you like the complexity of your logo to be? 1 being extremely simple and clean. The default is 3, so I'm going to go with 3 because I don't want it to be... The logo designs in here can be a little overly flowery. So, well, let's choose colors. Custom palette, please specify. Let's go D, orange and Falto blue. Nine different logo designs at once. Let's go with that. This is cool. So what's nice about GPT? So I'm going to show you a different way to get to this, which it's not dissimilar to what he's showing here. But what's nice about this is, whoever put this together has at least thought about what are some of the key elements, and it's asking you the question. It's an interactive experience, and look at that, perfect. That's in the neighborhood of what I was hoping it would be. Decently clean. Let me open this in a bigger window. Let me see. How do I do this? Come on. Go away. Here we go. Close that. So, like, a thing that's shredding. I don't know what that drill thing is. Stevie Shredder. Steve with bad letter spacing. Steve Shredders. This almost looks like a little shredding wheel, so that's kind of cool. So these are at least in the neighborhood, right? There's a bunch of documents going in. It indicates so using one of these tools is probably a good thing. One of the GPTs, just follow their lead. If you don't know what I'm doing, I'm at ChatGPT. You have to have access to ChatGPT Plus, which is the GPT-4 subscription. And then I'm going to explore GPTs, which takes me to the GPT store, and I just typed in logo, and up came a bunch of options. All right? And so that's how you get there. And just, go play. And, some of them may make horrible ones. Some of them may make good ones. Now, an important thing to know. Do not get too wrapped up in trying to get it to get your spelling perfectly right. if it keeps missing and you've tried it like 20 times, you're probably not going to get it. Or just, try 50 times and eventually it'll stumble onto it. There's some words like the irregulars and irrelevant. It doesn't do either of those words very well at all. So there's some things it might do that are not good. The other thing is, even though these things look like vector graphics, they're not vector graphics. They're bitmap graphics. So they'll be pixelated if you make them big. So either you need to take these images and upscale put them in an image to vector converter, which there are a bunch of those out there, or put it in an image upscaler that'll make this thing big enough that it'll have sharp edges when you scale it. But that'll make the file size really big. So ideally, for this style of logo, you want to convert these to vectors. And then what I would do is I would take out their text altogether and I'd just replace it in Illustrator. Unless you end up with getting something that works, in which case, good on ye, mate. Now, over time, this will get better and better, right? At some point, these things will be able to output vector graphics, and they're all going to spell correctly, and everything's going to be amazing. We're not there right now. So think of all of these image generation tools in terms of logo design as kind of like a rough draft maker, an inspiration, kind of thing. And then take it from there. Okay, so here's another way to do this, and this is kind of what's happening in these GPTs, but this would be something that we could actually build. So one of the things I like to do is do image creation in the context of a conversation. Is there any benefit to using custom instructions? Not necessarily for, in general, there's a reason to use custom instructions. If you're talking about, is there a benefit to using custom instructions for this logo design exercise? Not really. Like you could put some stuff in there if you want to do a bunch of different chats, or if you want to do a bunch of different logo designs for different companies. You can do that. Looks like the Rams are on a tear. Did Stafford went out with an injury, right? Yeah, it looks like it's a backup quarterback. And they're moving the ball. All right, anyway. Our ideogram images vector-based. They are not, Andrea. None of the way diffusion models work is they start out with randomly noised bitmap images, and then they denoise them. So you're just doing, when you're doing logos and things like that in all of these programs, you're getting basically an interpretation of what a vector image would look like. So none of them are vector images. You can tell, just take them into Photoshop and just keep hitting Command plus, zoom in on it, and you'll start to see the pixels. If it were a vector image, that wouldn't do that. But there are a lot of image to vector converters out there. Some of them are AI based, and they're not bad. You can do that within Adobe products, things like that. Okay. That's not how you say that, blue, lol. Yeah, I know. I didn't bother reading the actual spelling of the word, but that's, my wife's an artist, and that's how I've always said it. So what are you gonna do? It's sort of a blue-gray. So all I know is if I do just blue, it makes it like royal blue, and if I do that, it seems to understand it. Thank you, Mr. K. Mr. K is correcting the students, even here. Okay, so the way I like to interact with ChatGPT sometimes is have a larger conversation about the overall brand, and only after having that conversation about the brand, then start doing the logo kind of stuff. So what that might look like is something like, I want you to act as a world-class brand strategist who can help me bring my business to life, period. My business is a mobile document shredding company called Steve's Shredders. And we're focusing on small businesses and quick turnaround, period. Think Uber, but for document safety, period. I'd like you to help me come up with some taglines for the business, and from there we can go to a marketing strategy. Let's see what it does. Creating a strong brand strategy. Let's see. Creating a strong brand identity for Steve Shredders, especially with its focus on small business and quick turnaround, is crucial. A tagline is a key element. Here are a few taglines. Shred on demand. Steve Shredders, your documents safely shredded, swiftly served. Quick, quiet, confidential. That's a tongue twister. Steve Shredders, at your service. Your privacy, our priority. Shred with speed and security. I kind of like that one. Business documents handled with care and speed. From your door... this is good. From your doorstep to destroyed. Secure shredding made simple. That's really good, actually. All right, so let's copy that. Okay. I really like help me come up with a good marketing plan to launch my business. And what I've noticed, I've got the new version of Mac OS X. This is the thing that's been confusing me the other night, or the last 2 nights. When I turn on dictation, where I'm talking to the computer, in the new operating system, it looks like it leaves it on unless I turn it off. So I can just have an ongoing conversation with ChatGPT with this new mode, which is kind of cool. Okay. Great choice of a tagline. Okay, logos and visuals. Design a logo and visual theme that reflects your tagline's simplicity and security. Think clean lines and strong readable. Website. Okay, so this is good. So let's say, and it's got a whole bunch of other stuff we can do. So let's say, great. Before we get to a logo design, why don't you give me some color palette suggestions that take the psychological meaning of colors and recommend a palette where the colors support the mission of the business. And this is something that ChatGPT is really good at. Because it knows all the stuff, it knows what colors mean, right? So, trust and professionalism. Primary color, navy blue. Secondary color, gray, right? Blue for trust and professionalism. Eco-friendly and secure, forest green, slate gray. Modern and sophisticated, charcoal blue, sky blue. Bold and trustworthy, deep blue, black, and light gray. What color would represent convenience or speed? Orange is often associated with energy, enthusiasm. Red. Let's go with a color palette that represents bold and trustworthy, but incorporates orange for speed and convenience. Deep blue, orange, charcoal gray, white. Application and branding, logo design. The deep blue, all right, it tells us what it means. It tells us how it's going to be used. Okay, great. Oops. I got to get used to this thing, just listening to my talking the whole time. Champy, shush. They're not going to get us. They're not going to get us. No. Champ, hey. All right. So, create a 9-up logo sheet with 9 different concepts on it to give me some ideas. And I'll sometimes even do a step between this. I'll have it describe some logo concepts that it wants to do, and I'll go back and forth with it a couple of times until I find something that I like. It's actually interesting. Like these are very much in the same neighborhood as that other one. But they don't say Steve Shredders. You missed the name, period. The company is called Steve Shredders, and I want you to incorporate the tagline as well. And this might be one of those things where it just doesn't do the name part right or the spelling right. So rather than getting all freaked out and frustrated, oh, I got to, what do I need to do to make it spell right? Just wait 6 months. Yeah, like it's getting this stuff pretty wrong. And I don't like these. And so what I can do is I can, like, now that it knows all that strategy, all that branding strategy, I'm losing the sense of mobile here. I'd rather have it be a car than a rolling trash can, comma. And I'd like the logo to be round and have the name of the business curved around the central logo, period. Please give me 9 more that incorporate that feedback. So you can just now, basically act like a client, and ChatGPT is your creative director. And you can just keep going and going and going. And then, please don't gaslight the AI. It said Steve. Secure shredding. I mean, that one with the orange background's not bad. I would probably change some things up on it. But anyway, this is how you do it. That's how I do it. You can also do this in Midjourney. You can also do it in Leonardo. Kyle, can we run into any copyright issues? No. No, because if you're gonna trademark this, you're gonna go through the trademarking process. You're not gonna, like, no one's gonna come after you for stealing. I mean, before you go to trademark it, I would do logo searches and make sure you're not, infringing on someone else's trademark or copyright. But no, there's no issues with that right now. If you're doing things like creating something that looks exactly like a Pixar character and making that your logo, and run the risk of getting sued by Pixar or Disney or Coca-Cola or someone like that, then yeah. So if you're doing something dumb where you're going to infringe on someone else's mark, you are. But if you're just doing something like this, just making logos, no, you're not going to run into issues. Zero issues. Zero issues, people. All right. So hopefully that answered some questions. Go to Discovering Colors GPT. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. That color information is something you'd pay a consultant for or spend time researching. That's awesome. Yeah, right? I mean, that's the thing that is easy to forget with ChatGPT is it essentially knows everything. So if in the back of your mind you're like, wait, what do colors mean again? Or, what are the psychological implications of a round logo versus a triangular logo versus a square logo versus a tall logo versus a wide logo? I guarantee you there have been articles written about that shit. There have probably been whole books written about that shit. ChatGPT knows all that. So the more context that you give ChatGPT, the better it tends to get at stuff. And one of the things that I've learned is just a success strategy with GPTs is just think of it less like you have to write a perfect prompt to get a perfect answer, and more like I'm having a conversation with a remote worker who happens to know a lot of stuff but needs a lot of direction. And then just treat it like a conversation. Just have an ongoing conversation. Here's the other thing that you can do that you may not know. I am going to go to, this is my iPad, fancy iPad with edible keyboard. It's made out of 85% dark cacao. I don't know if I said that right, Mr. K, but Falto blue I got wrong, but cacao I'm pretty sure is correct. It's very tasty. Anyway, iPad. This is the official ChatGPT app. So I'm going to launch ChatGPT. I'm going to go to a new chat. So here I am in a new chat. I could do this whole logo creation exercise just with my voice only. Just have a conversation with it. Hey, I'm starting a business called Steve's Shredders, and I'm trying to come up with a logo that's got orange, gray, and a grayish blue. Period. We'll see what he does.
Help with that. Could you tell me a bit more about your business and what you'd like the logo to represent? This will help me create something that really captures the essence of Steve's Shredders.
Great. Yeah, we're focusing on small and medium businesses, and it's kind of like Uber, but for document shredding, where someone can just call us up, we'll be there within an hour, and shred their documents. Which, by the way, it's not a bad business. I think that means she's searching the internet.
Here's a logo design for Steve's Shredders.
Oh, look, it just did it.
It reflects the modern and professional nature of your business with elements that suggest speed and reliability. Perfect for a document shredding service. The color scheme includes orange, gray, and grayish blue as you requested. What do you think? Would you like any adjustments? You can check out the images in our conversation history.
It's not bad, but it's missing the mobile aspect, and you also spelled shredders wrong. It doesn't know that it's spelled stuff wrong.
An unknown error occurred. Please try again later.
Yeah, try again now. By the way, it's 23, 24.
Here's another logo concept for Steve's Shredders. This design also incorporates the color scheme and the essence of your business. Let me know how this one feels to you, or if there's anything else you'd like to change or add. You can check out the images in our conversation history.
It's interesting. I like how you put it on objects, but I'm still missing the mobile aspect. So could you combine a car and a shredder? So imagine you're driving to work thinking about this new business you want to start because you're about to go in and quit your day job to start your shredding business. You could be creating a logo on your drive into work.
Design that combines a car and a shredder, highlighting the mobile aspect of your document shredding service. It's tailored to convey the convenience and efficiency of Steve's Shredders. Let me know your thoughts on this design, or if there's anything else you'd like to modify. You can check out the images in our conversation history.
Well, it looks like you changed the name of my company from Steve's Shredders to Shriders, which is actually kind of interesting.
It sounds like the new name Shriders sparked some interest. Sometimes a fresh perspective can lead to unexpected and exciting ideas. If you decide to go with Shriders, it could offer a unique and memorable...
Actually, Shriders is not bad. So anyway, and then look, so that was just so you could like put this conversation like on Bluetooth in your car, or just be like, I don't know, sitting around watching a football game and just be having an absent-minded conversation with ChatGPT. It's keeping all of the history, right? Like all of the conversation that you have is getting transcribed and recorded into a conversation you could go work on later. Like the difference, what continues to melt my brain a bit from how we used to work in the olden timey days, pre-2022 or pre-2023, is that a lot of that stuff that I was doing, like if you didn't know anything about branding or marketing, you would need to find someone who knew about that shit. And now you don't need to do that. You can sit, and it doesn't matter if it's branding or if you're like, hey, what should be my business model here? How does Uber's business model work? How would I incorporate that into this business? What should I charge? How would I find out if what I'm charging is too much or too little? Like all the stuff that you would ask a business consultant, you can ask ChatGPT. Now, is it going to get it 100% awesome? No. These tools are janky pieces of shit right now. But it's going to get it like 80% there. And what I can promise you is you can go from having kind of a vapor of an idea about a business on a Saturday morning to having a fully planned out business complete with marketing plan, logo, branding, website by Sunday evening. And if you're really good with these tools, you can probably have it by lunch on Saturday. That's why you get good with these tools. What site is this? That site I was just showing was just ChatGPT, the ChatGPT app. And it's ChatGPT 4, so it's got DALL-E, so that's how it makes the images. And then you can put the iOS or the Android app in conversation mode. So there's a little headphone icon right next to the chat box. And you just hit that what is it called? Icon. You hit the headphones and it goes into conversation mode. And you can just sit there and have a conversation with your ChatGPT, asking it questions about your business. And everything's getting recorded and typed in. And you can say, make me a table that does this. And it's because it's got code interpreter, you can say, tell me all the aspects of a business plan, and take the financial aspects of that and put it in a spreadsheet so that I can download it. And it'll make you a spreadsheet that you can download. What's up with Bing Copilot? Is it really ChatGPT 4? Great question. Okay, so, no, it's not. But it is using the same technology, which sounds really fucked up and like I'm full of shit. How are we going to do this? We are going to describe this visually. I've got Lego pens I got when I was in Prague. Oh, they're not open. Hang on. Let me open my Lego pens. Stickers are stuck. I need a knife, people. Scissors! Where are the scissors? We need scissors. Scissors. Oh, here I gotta. That did it. Oh, here. What I gotta do? What's he doing? He seems to be opening a box of some kind. Do people really watch this channel? Don't open them. Why? Are they collector's items? I know, they're really cool, aren't they? Hang on. I'm opening the bottom. Oh, shit, I ripped the box. Oh, well. Okay, we're gonna use some other visual metaphor. He doesn't seem very smart, does he? Okay. This. All right. Got it. Where's my stapler? Exactly. Okay. So, there's this thing called GPT-4. And it kind of looks like this. And it's just a box. And in that box is like all of the knowledge of all of the public internet. And it's just in this magic box. And on its own, it doesn't really do anything. What you have to do is you actually have to write applications that sit on top of it that actually ask it for shit, right? So ChatGPT is an application. Microsoft Copilot is also an application. They're both calling the same. They're both calling the same underlying large language model, but that's ChatGPT. That's Microsoft Copilot. They're completely different applications. So yes, it's ChatGPT-like. They both do the same thing, but Microsoft put into this piece of shit a whole bunch of safety guardrails because they got called out by the New York Times for having an overly promiscuous large language model when they first launched it. So they locked her down. Her name was Sydney. She fell in love with the New York Times reporter and told him he should leave his wife for her. So they lobotomized her. That didn't happen to ChatGPT. So ChatGPT still doesn't suck. Microsoft Copilot does. But they're both using the basic same engine underneath. Make sense? I think the person that asked the question probably left when I was trying to open the Lego pen box. Whee! Is this part of the lesson plan, Mr. Shannon? Are you doing this on the fly? There is nothing planned about this channel. This channel is I am trying to live up to the standards of the quality and professionalism of all of the AI tools right now in this channel. Here's my promise to you. When the AI tools get less janky, so will this channel. All right? As long as they are calling something a GPT store and it can't even qualify as a directory, this channel is going to be a piece of shit. We're going to have the production value of a newt. All right. I entered at a weird time. Thanks, Amanda. No, you actually haven't. You entered at the perfect time. This is what this channel is. But here's the deal. If you come back night after night, it all starts to make sense after a while. It does. And then watch what happens. So here's one of the things that happens. Sometimes I'll talk about stuff and it's new and novel and exciting, and then everyone listens. It's like the whole class is like, go on, Mr. Shannon, tell us more. This is awesome. And then there's the other 99% of the time where I talk, and then most of the people that show up here a lot are like, oh God, here he goes again. And they start collaborating with each other. And they go, we have this thing called the AI Salon where they can share stuff. And so what these people do is, as I'm talking and I've bored them to death, they entertain themselves. Over here on this thing called the AI Salon. This is the Show and Tell channel. Let's see, Yellow Moto. And at some point here, ooh, Steve Shredders. That's a really good one, Joker. That's really nice. See, they troll me with pictures. But they're also sharing Steve-O42, Shred It, Forget It. That's actually a really good one, Steve-O. But they're also over here like experimenting with stuff, teaching each other how to do stuff, making fun of me, making cool images like Moses with the AI Learning Lab tabs. Those are really good. Who did that? Corey. Those are beautiful. With her, so Corey's got this really cool new GPT that'll help you design funky shoes. What did you do there, Corey? Did you say, like, I want you to combine a shoe designing company with Cinnabon? Because they all seem to have the Cinnabon swirl in them. I have a feeling you got some Cinnabon magic worked into your shoe designer. Ooh, that's a really good one. Who did that? Cindy Kuhn. Cindy Kuhn rocking it. Very, very cool. Two guys in a van now with candy. Oh, yeah. I used to joke with my kids about that. It's very inappropriate. That's another one of Corey Sandler's. She's got this cabin in the woods GPT that'll help you design. That's like, look at that space. Can you imagine going to like a resort and that was one of the outdoor spaces you could hang out in? That's fucking gorgeous. So anyway, yeah, you should go to the AI Salon. And if you're like, but Kyle, how do I find AI Salon? That one's really cool. That's who's the artist? Is it Klimt that does that kind of background? Kyle's office supply metaphor shop. Oh man. If you want to know how to join the AI Salon, go there to the salon.ai. The salon, it's French. It's pronounced salon. It's the salon. Because the salon is where you get your nails done. But the salon is where you exchange ideas with really cool people that are really into AI. And if you do it right,
you can make money with ChatGPT.
So anyway, go there, click on the first link, and that's going to take you to this website. It's based on Mighty Networks, which is just a community infrastructure. And then go to Welcome to the Salon, and you can read about who we are and what we do and why we do it and how we do it and what our values are. Please go look at our values: curiosity, generosity, exploration, collaboration, inclusion, and empathy, and read what we're about. And if these things resonate with you, then this is going to be a group of people you're going to dig. And if you're like, look at these and you're like, who are these weirdos? You're not going to like us. And then if you dig it, go to the community section, and the first tab in the community section is introduce yourself. And so please go introduce yourself. And then you can go to show and tell. That's where I was just showing. You can also go to tools and resources, where I've got a curated list of if you're trying to figure out where to start with all this stuff, this is a really good list. There's like 9 large language models. There's 5 or 6 image generation tools. There's 5 video tools. There's 4 or 5. There's 4 audio tools. There's 3 3D tools. And then there's a bunch of people to follow. All right. And then there's some directories. So just this list, if you're just getting into AI, a thing to do would be to spend the next 2 or 3 weeks just learning what ChatGPT does. You should, in my opinion, if you can afford the $20 a month, you should absolutely buy ChatGPT 4 on a monthly basis. And then you should learn all the shit it can do. It can do a lot. And I at least list in here what are the things you should know how to do within ChatGPT. And then I would spend the next 2 or 3 weeks just playing with all these other tools. If you can get your head around what's going on with all these tools, you don't have to learn them deep. Like, just go play with them and just go, oh, okay, that's what I do over there. If I need a song, I would go to this one for this kind of song and that one for that kind of song. Okay, I got that. And then here's the image things. Oh my God, there's so much to learn. There is. It's like here's the deal. You're gonna even if you come here every night, I guarantee you, we all 100% of us feel like we're behind and undereducated. All of us, every single one of us. So you're not as far behind as you think. And the most important thing to be right now is curious and adventurous. And so just like join this group, jump in, lean into it, make friends in here, start projects in here, share what you did in here. All right? The Detroit Lions won 24-23. There's also guilds in the AI Salon. So there's different sub-communities within here you can join, and different clubs and little groups. All right? Cool. Got it? Awesome. Fantastic, Bob. Well, Bob, tell him what he's won. Well, he hasn't won anything, quite frankly. What is this channel about? Who is this person? Well, his name's Kyle. What are his qualifications? Touchy subject. You people are odd. The Mighty Network site is more than worth the weird price of admission. Oh yeah, by the way, it's free. There's no charge to be part of the salon. I always forget to say that because I'm sure people are like, oh, he's just shilling his little community that I bet's $49 a month. Thanks, no thanks, okay, Mr. Marketer. Seeming like you're just giving it away. And meanwhile, back at the ranch. Thank you for this group. Thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. No, it's free. We have a merch store that you'll see on the link tree at the salon.ai. That supports it. And then you can also sponsor a month. You can sponsor a month to sponsor the cost of Mighty Networks. I think it's a really good deal. Ann Murphy's our upcoming sponsor, which I don't know if you're here, Ann, but I didn't give you the information to pay us. But we'll get to that. Like I said, I'm going to be as professional as these AI tools are. Professional. So you can just track if the production values in this channel go up, then that means that the quality of AI tools are going up as well. Lunashtick, I know nothing. Yeah, she's built 80 GPTs and she's still in the I know nothing camp. We're all in the I know nothing camp. Refreshed Shore Cleaner. My name is Kyle. Us Kyle's got to stick together. Welcome, buddy. Very, very cool. Let's go. You're the man I'm talking Oh, you're the man. I'm taking so many screenshots. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, please screenshot away. Except for last night when I showed my credit card information. I know there were people screenshotting that shit. Thank God Pate was in here. Pate was like, go now, cancel your card now. Because here's the deal. I was smart enough to turn my camera away from the screen while I input my stuff and hit submit. But then I turned it back, and after I hit submit, it didn't it didn't wipe all my information off the screen. So I wasn't a total dum-dum. I was just like 99% dum-dum. I was 1% fine. I was completely aware that what I was doing was stupid, but I turned my camera away. Everything was good. And then I just didn't pay attention to reality. But luckily Pate was here and he saved me. Whoo! All right, go Lions, my home team. Very nice. Wicked. Cowboys got slaughtered. That Cowboys game was embarrassing. I mean, if you're a Packers fan, I mean, you have like the youngest team in the playoffs just destroyed them. They just destroyed them. Kyle, I received my Pika entrance. What now? I'm swamped with business meetings this week. Help! Okay, let's go play with Pika. We'll teach you right now, Becky. Pika's kind of cool. It's actually quite simple. But let's go there. Let's go there, shall we? Oh, so while we're here, let me make this a little bigger so you can see it. Here. Okay, so this is the list. So where I am right now is I'm in, if you go to the AI Salon, in the community section, there's this tab called AI Tools and Resources. And so there's ChatGPT. Here's the big 4 large language models. Here's 4 other large language models. And then here's image creation, DALL-E 3, Midjourney, Creo, Deco here, Leonardo, and Firefly. There's now 6 of these that I think are worth at least playing with. And then we've got video creation. And the 2 kind of major players for text to video or video to video or image to video are Runway and Pika Labs. So, how do you play with these? One of the other things that you will learn from me here is every time I go to show one of these sites, they change the interface. So, okay. All right. So when you get to Pika, I guess you can go watch other people's videos. Nice little cathedral. Nice little that. You can only make 3-second videos, but they're pretty slick. So there's 3 different ways you can make videos. One is you can just describe them. So let's go. Turtle sledding on its back down a ski slope with his friends, the llama and hedgehog. And then your video will start generating soon. So one way you can play with it is you just describe what movie you want, and it will make you a movie. The other thing you can do is you can get rid of the prompt altogether, and you can just upload an image or a video. So let's go grab an image here. Oh, she's scary. We did her last night.
Howdy, partner.
That's
Ever fancy a thrilling ride?
that was a fake version of me. Oops, I gotta get. Hang on. Let me go. I think a lot of the images I have in here are just silly things. That one could work. That one's good. All right, we'll open that one up. So I can also put in, and I could say, slow panning shot that zooms out. And I can also, in the lower right-hand corner here, there's a thing called motion control. So I can also put the motion controls in there. So I'm going to zoom out, strength of motion, I'll make that a 2. And then I'm going to turn that into a movie. And so that's going to start with that image as the starting image, and then it'll do whatever it does. Here's my 3-second video of the turtle and the llama and the hedgehog. Not great, but, not horrible. Starting with the starting image is good because you at least know what you're going to get as a starting point. And then let's see what it does with this image. We'll see how this does. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Is this free? Pika right now is free, but it probably won't be for long. There's also Leonardo has free video generation, as does Deco here. So there's a number of tools right now that do it for free. Most of the video tools cost a lot. They're not cheap. So go play with these free tools while you got access to them. I think you have to get on the wait list for Pika, although I think they did give access to it. All right, here's this. Let's see how it does. Where did it go? Where's our video? Where's our video? There it is. Whoa! Look at the fire. I think an alien invaded. Look at this dude. He grows like 6 feet tall or 9 feet tall. Zip. But anyway, with a little bit of practice, you can start to get these things decently predictable. If you want to see what, let's see, Deco here is a really fun one. So you go app, and this is in that resources list as well. app.decohere.ai. And this is using Stable Diffusion. So Stable Diffusion came out with this tool called SDXL Turbo. And it will render images in real time as I type. So if I say, car, tune, style, illustration of a turtle on its back sledding down a hill. It doesn't like it on its back, apparently. What if I say an upside down turtle sledding down a hill? That one used to have 2 heads, but somebody chopped off one of the heads. With his friends, the llama and the hedgehog. All right, and what's cool about this? So it's rendering that in real time, and then you can sort of slide like to the left and right of this image are. Let me see. Are like these other things that it's come up with. So you can just scroll through these, and if you see one you like, great. And if not, you just modify your prompt. You can also change the aspect ratio. Like if I want something for TikTok, I can just do that. And then any one of these, let's see. Yeah, that's a good one. That one's like they're racing, or this one. All right. Any one of these, I can now say, generate video. Bang. And so it's now going to toss this down here. Like here's some videos I made with this thing. Really nice. This one I think's weird. That's sort of normal. This one was bad. I forget where I did this one where it did it really good. Must have been Runway. Slick, right? So that's that. We'll come back to that. And then the other one you can do is you can go to Leonardo. Oops. And Leonardo is primarily an image generation tool. So across the top here now, they've got 4 different modes. Image generation, real-time canvas, which is kind of like what I just showed with that one. Canvas editor, which is in-painting and out-painting. And then motion. So with any image that you've got, like if I go to let me see, if I go to image generation, and I go to any one of my images that I've generated, let me see. How can we upscale it? Okay, so with any image, so here's an image I did of a perfume bottle kind of thing, right? And then for any image that you've created, you can generate a video of it. So if I click on generate video, I pick motion strength, whether I want it to be private or public, and then I say generate. And where's it generating it? Up here? Yeah, it's going to generate a video here. And so while this is primarily an image generation tool, you can just go make videos with it as well. So all of these tools are getting very, very... This channel, it does for video what Deco here does for realistic sledding animations. That's pretty bad. Enjoy the jank. Enjoy the jank. These tools are going to get very sophisticated very fast. Let's go see if this thing made. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Like that you could use in a video. Right? Remember, you don't have to pay a subscription for all things AI if you have some hardware. Yeah, so Pate's got a good point there. A lot of the stuff that I'm showing, like Leonardo, the thing that made this image and this motion thing, this is basically just some company that built a web front end on top of Stable Diffusion, which is all open source and free. So you can set up your own Stable Diffusion servers either locally if you've got a GPU or on like a virtual machine on Google Colab or one of the virtual machine companies where you're basically renting GPU time. Or you can use one of these more commercial things that just make it easier. So depending on your level of geekiness, you can do a lot of this stuff for free. Really good point. And if you're like, but Kyle, I don't know anything about technology or computers. But guess what? You do, because now you got ChatGPT 4 that can teach you how to do all this shit. And you can keep coming back here and keep playing and keep meet people that are experimenting with this. And you'll find someone who, figured out how to do something you couldn't figure out how to do. And then you partner with them and you make something cool together. You make something cool together, people. You just do it. You just get in there and do it. You gotta have your sense of adventure intact at this stage of the industry. There are not any manuals for any of this shit. Oh, that's a nice one. The AI Learning Labs is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Ooh, that's a nice one. Nice, Papa JJ. Very cool. Very, very nice. Very nice. I like it. I like it. I like it so much. I like it so much, people. Can you create longer videos with Runway? And I think with Pika Labs, and I'm not sure about Leonardo, you can extend the video for 4 seconds, and you can do that 4 times. So like Runway, you can make a video that's 18 seconds in length. That's a continuous shot. And again, that limitation is gonna quickly all of these weird limitations right now where they're just weird, they don't understand the motion. Like Runway has this thing where it's called motion brush, where you can select the object that you want to move in the frame, and it'll leave the rest of the frame intact and just move that thing. So probably by the fall, these video tools are going to be really, really good. Like right now, the video tools are, you can't really use them. You can, but you just kind of have to accept the fact that some of the scenes, people's legs are just going to go like, they're like walking down the street and all of a sudden the leg will just go zip. If we could figure out jowls to create these short videos in a loop, that would be useful. Oh, how to create these videos in a loop? Well, you can put videos in a loop just in iMovie or Final Cut Pro or Premiere. You can that's certainly easy enough to do. Yeah, there's ways to do that. You run it and then you run it backwards and you put that in a loop so it always starts at the same point. See, I would say right now that the large language models, the word part of ChatGPT probably gets you to like 80-85% of what you really want. The image generation stuff right now is probably like 80-85% of what you want. Music and video right now are more like 35-40% of what you want. They're just jankier. It's more complicated to get them right. It requires a lot more hardware to get them right. But there's a lot of people tossing a lot of money at these companies, and so these tools are going to. And there's a vested interest, right? The company that can figure out the video thing first, and it might be OpenAI. Like we don't know. We don't know what they got up their sleeves right now. But the one that can truly start to do cinematic style, like Hollywood style video that doesn't look janky, that's going to be fucking insane, right? You can just ask for what you want and just upload a screenplay that you wrote 30 years ago and just say, go make this movie. And it'll just do it. I don't know that we'll see that in 2024, but we'll see the seeds of that in 2024. Runway 5-second videos, Pika 3-second, Moon Valley 5 seconds, Leonardo 5 seconds. Okay, cool. That's great, Rudy. Thanks. And Rudy, do you know which ones can extend? I know Runway can extend. I don't know about Moon Valley and Pika. I think Pika can as well. And I don't know about Leonardo. Do artists in the AI Salon share the platform their artworks are generated with? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. We encourage people, especially if they've got a new tool. So one of the things that's been happening in the AI Salon right now is people are getting excited about different tools other than just image tools, right? It was image tools for a while, so it was all pictures. Now people are excited about Suno song generation, so we're getting a lot of songs in show and tell. People are really excited about the GPTs they're building, so they're sharing their GPTs. Some people are getting excited about video, so they're sharing an image that they created and how it turned into a video, or they just put the video up there. What I can tell you about the AI Salon is that if anyone does anything there that you are like, ooh, I want to know how they do that, ask them. For the most part, people are just like, sure, here's how I did it. Here's the tools I used. Like, if they're not putting that stuff up there, it's more an oversight than a, they're purposefully trying to not put it in there. That's very much the spirit of the salon, is we want people sharing what they're learning. And if you're reticent to share what you're learning, listen, you don't have to give away all the secret sauce. If you've figured something out that people are willing to pay you for, and you don't want to give away the keys to the kingdom, that's fine. But what I can tell you is this. Anything that you're doing right now that you think, is proprietary and interesting, 6 months from now is going to be irrelevant and boring. Because the tools are moving so fast that everything that we're doing now, all of the little workflows we have, okay, I take this tool, I go to 11 Labs and I make an audio file and I make a voice model, and then I go to ChatGPT and I write the thing there and I take it to 11 Labs and I make the audio file. Then I go to DID and I take the image from Midjourney and I put this, all that shit is just going to blow up when someone releases a model that does all that stuff with a single prompt. And that's like that's coming. So why not share what you're learning? And that's the community that is happening, and it's really exciting. Am I out of my depth? Dad makes dinner. It depends how good your dinner is. Like, if you've got kids that are expecting gourmet food and you're just making Kraft macaroni and cheese, or worse yet, generic brand macaroni and cheese, yeah, I would say you're out of your depth. For this AI shit, no, you're not out of your depth. It looks like my Wi-Fi just went poopy, so I don't know if you can still hear me or see me. Can you tap the hearty hearts? Tap the screen to let me know if you can hear me. It looks like I am dead. Am I dead? All right, now you can hear me. Okay, glitching. Yeah, I know. I got a thing. It said my Wi-Fi went. Forever hooked. I'm 57 and feel overwhelmed and out of my depth too. So Dad for dinner. We see you. Okay, Dad for dinner. I was kind of making fun of you with the. You might be out of your depth with cooking. We are all out of our depth with generative AI. Every single human being on the planet right now is out of their depth with generative AI. You're not as far behind as you think. You know more than you think you do, and everyone feels like this. Everyone. Because here's why. Stuff is moving so fast, and these tools are so foreign to how we have learned how to work over the past 5, 6, 7 decades, that we're all experimenting right now. We're all like, okay, what does it mean if I used to take 4 hours to write, a 2,500 word article, the first draft of it, after I've done my research, right? It took me 4 hours to get to my first draft, and then I would have to go do the research, and then I'd have to go do this, and then I have to go do that. And so over the course of a week, I could put together one 2,500 word article. What happens when I can now write that 2,500 word article, well researched and decently written, that follows my writing style in 15 minutes? What changes? Fucking everything? And then what changes when not only can I write the article, but I can also generate images to illustrate the article, where before I might have used an outside illustrator, or I'd use stock photography or stock illustration. And now what happens when I can turn that article into an interactive GPT, which is really like an application where people can ask questions about my point of view on this particular topic, and it can generate images? I don't know what the implications to that are. Like, is that article writer going to feel completely out of their depth? Absolutely. Are they going to like what the new reality is? Some are going to fucking love it. Others are going to be like, this is the worst thing ever. But none of us know what we're doing, what the implications are, what our jobs might look like, what we might enjoy doing more than what we do now. Like, if you had the capability, so I'll give you just some insight into my crazy straw brain and ADD stuff. I was an only child, says a lot. I was an only child, so I had to entertain myself. And so my MO is that if I have an idea for a project, I try to do it on my own. And then so I'll be like, well, I got to write the words, and then I got to do the images. And so I'll go to Photoshop or Illustrator and try to do them. And I'm like shitty at illustration. I'm really shitty at it. I'm okay with words, but I'm shitty at illustration. I know a little bit about music, and I know a little bit about this, but like, I just sort of suffer through being like okay at this one thing and then really shitty at all this other stuff. And I just try to do it all. And I never really got good at doing it with other people, other than, when I started business, you kind of learn how to do that. But just my like default MO is, let me just try to build it. Well, now I can be really good at 7, 8, 10, 12, 20 different disciplines because these AI tools are letting me do it. So what does that mean for the specialist who went to school for 8 years to specialize in this one thing and has been in a career for 20 years doing that one thing? If all of a sudden that person can now do all this other shit, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. It depends on their personality. If their self-worth and their value is on crafting that single thing, that if they take great pride in that, then all this nonsense is going to feel like an absolute invasion to them, and threatening and existential. However, if they have been doing that thing for 20 years and they're like, but what I always wanted to do was direct, the classic actor trope. Well, all of a sudden, maybe now they can direct. So for some people, these new tools are going to be incredibly freeing. But we're all out of our depth right now. All of us. All of us. All of us. So what do? Join communities like the AI Salon. Show up to these things regularly. I'm here every night. Until further notice. I mean, I've been doing this since April, 7 nights a week, with a couple of exceptions, but most nights a week. Kyle is my brother. We were separated at birth, apparently. I know we have very similar backgrounds, Source Camp. It's very funny. And it's, these tools for what do they call it? Multi-Potentialites. That's my favorite new politically correct term for batshit crazy ADHD freak. I'm a multi-potentialite. Oh, you're fucking nuts. Awesome. We're moving into the era where multi-potentialites are going to be highly valued. Sounds like a lot of people who hate their jobs are jazzed. Pate, I really think so. I really think that, and what I think, I think something's going to happen, Pate. And I've seen little hints of it here and there. I think that there are people that do their jobs right now that don't know that they hate them. That they're like, well, this is what I went to school for, and this is what I do, and I do this, and it's good, and it pays good, and this and that. And they have compartmentalized that as, well, that's my job, that's what I do. And then these AI tools come along, and they kind of, you have your Kevin McAllister moment, this moment, and kind of the world opens up, and you see all of this possibility. And so I think there are going to be a lot of people that start playing with AI, and they're like, oh, this is kind of fun. I'm just making songs on the side. They're just really not that good, to all of a sudden like, yeah, I'm an AI musician now. And then it's just going to be like, I'm a musician now, and I'm pursuing this. I think people are going to discover that they don't actually like what they've been doing. And if AI can automate that shit and free them to do something else, I think people are going to blossom. I think there are going to be other people that it just freaks them the fuck out and they shut down. But I think, like, what I'm experiencing in this channel is a lot of people are discovering whole new avenues of talent that they're like, oh my God, this is so exciting, right? Best GPT program. And can AI illustrate my book? Yes. And in fact, go to the GPT store. So the best GPT program, I assume you mean like Chat GPT, the best large language model. The best large language model right now by far is ChatGPT. ChatGPT 4. So you have to pay for ChatGPT Plus, which is $20 a month, or you use Microsoft Copilot, which is based on the same thing. And that's free. There are other tools out there that are better at some things. Like Perplexity.ai is really good if you need to research stuff and you need citations. And it's not about creative writing, it's about research. Perplexity is really good for that. Pi is really good at conversational AI. So you download the Pi app, PI. It's really good for talking to. So different GPTs are better for different things. What was the second half of that question? Oh, and can it illustrate your book? Yeah. ChatGPT 4. Here, look. Let me go. ChatGPT. So I'm in ChatGPT 4. I'm going to say, I'd like to write a children's book that is inspired by Roald Dahl and has the illustration style of early Alice in Wonderland books, period. I want to write a children's book for 3rd to 5th graders that gives good lessons on the importance of creativity and keeping an adventurous attitude throughout life, period, I'd like to incorporate turtles, llamas, hedgehogs, raccoons, kangaroos, gummy bears, and blue rubber ducks as animals that are featured. And I want the book to be 10 pages long, period. Can you please write the first draft? All right. So now it's writing. So text. In a magical land of Gummy Glen, where gummy bears could walk and talk, there lived a marvelous creature. There lived marvelous creatures, wise turtles, playful llamas, curious hedgehogs, clever raccoons. Oops, that's capturing all that. So there's our 10 pages. Okay, great. So now, watch this. Please create 16 by 9 wide illustrations for each page of the book, please. So that's going to create the first image. So the first image is a colorful map of Gummy Glen showing different habitats for each animal. There you go. So yes, it can illustrate your book. Now that's without trying, right? That's me just being a dummy. So imagine if you actually had an idea for a book and you had a clear vision for your illustration style. Actually, I'll let this do this. I think I can even have it assemble this into a Word document that I can download. Assemble these images with the text of the book into a PDF with one image and one text block per page. Is CNN a good AI tool for writing AI bots tasks? CNN? Do you mean ChatGPT? Because CNN's not a very good AI tool at all. Some people are so up in arms about people stealing art, copy with AI, 85 to 90% of it for fun right now, not even commercial reasons. Yep. So this is why my bot gets mad at that and insists I ask someone else. He's the oldest child of 4. Take medication. Holy high hell, the junk mail comments. Are people in here advertising and marketing? How many do we have now? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we got 3 more. This won't take that long. This is art. Best GPT program. Can it illustrate my book? We're doing that right now. OMG, I'm a multi-passionate nut, aka ADHD nut. Lisa Torres, welcome to the club. Thank you for being a subscriber, by the way. Listen. These AI tools are superpowers for ADHD brains, I think. I've always hated jobs. Sorry. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's why I have to be an entrepreneur because working for someone else. I can't do it. All right. So Gummy Glen map. So it's done all this stuff. Now it's labeling our things. So now we're going to try this. All right. Oh crap. Regenerate. So let me stop it. Here's something. I don't know if you knew this. Okay. So it just crapped out after it made all those images. And so I had it regenerate, and now all those images are lost. But look at this. Do you see this right here, this 2 of 2? Irregulars, if you're in here, pay attention to this, because this is something that I didn't know about until like a month ago. It retains different versions of the same prompt. So I can go back and see the previous stuff. Isn't that cool? But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, please assemble each illustrated image you created into a PDF file where each page has the text for that page and the illustration for that page, nicely designed, and make that file downloadable for me. So we'll see. Oh, now, yeah, see, because it lost them all, it's confused. But anyway, using Code Interpreter, you can actually turn that into like a downloadable Word file or a downloadable PDF. And also, let's go explore GPTs. I guarantee you there are children's. So let's do children's book. Guaranteed. Storybook Sketcher by Kyle Shannon. Hey, that's me. Children's storybook generator with 1,000. Well, you can use mine, but mine, Storybook Sketcher, was something that I created on one of these lives. So I don't think it's very good. But children's storybook generator probably is decent. Let's create a story. Sounds like a wonderful idea. First, can you tell me the age of the children or child who it's being created for? 7. Twin boys named Zachary and Oliver, who are sweet and fun-loving and love video games. The setting is a Swiss ski lodge set in the future. Yes, rhyming verses are great. Yes, images for sure. So, and now I can say, please make the images. So, so it wrote the book. It put where the images are going to go, and then it says this GPT was created by AI educator Dan Fitzpatrick, and it's got a link to his site. Awesome. And then there you go. There's my boys when they were 7. Actually, not too far off. A futuristic Swiss chalet. Nice. They found a crazy map. Out of curiosity, did you know Kyle had been offered 6 figures to stop teaching us about ChatGPT? Listen, if someone offered me fucking 6 figures to stop talking about ChatGPT, we'd be talking about Bard. Pate, if there's a if Sergey has a bounty for for ChatGPT influencers to stop talking about it, I am totally bribable. Actually, look at these images. This is cool. They got to the Swiss chalet. They found a crazy map. They went on an adventure. They ended up in the cuckoo cave with all the crazy robots and animals. The magical cave. Friendly robotic creatures sharing stories and laughter. That's super cool. Kyle was offered 6 figures to not talk about ChatGPT. That's all I fucking do is talk about ChatGPT. This is incredible. What's going on in here? And I can publish it with no problem. Yes, you can publish it with no problem. You might not be able to copyright the images, but even that's up for debate. We'll check a tool. Like here's what I would say. Like, you're not going to get in trouble for generating images and putting them in a book and publishing them. That will not get you in trouble. Okay. A grand, massive, very shitty misconception about AI generation is that these tools are copying and pasting from other people's work. It's not what's happening. It's not how they work. It's not how the images are created. It's not how the words are created. It's not what they're doing. Now, have these models all been trained on a bunch of copywritten work? Yes. Is there a real significant gray area that needs to be dealt with? Yes. But they're not copying and pasting from other people's work. Period. End of story. If you understand how these tools work, you'll understand why. The original source, images, music, words, documents cease to exist when they get embedded into these systems. They basically get turned into these wild 1,000-dimensional mathematical vector spaces that have no idea what's in them. It's funky and wild how it works, but it's not copying and pasting. This is the characterization of ChatGPT as the world's greatest plagiarism machine is just wrong. It's just wrong. It's just not what it is. Anyway. All right. We'll check a tool. Wait, will you check a tool out for me, Kyle? I've only looked at it on the phone. Which tool, Joker? I'm happy to. Wonder how he got the consistency in the images. He probably... I'm trying to see if they're actually consistent. It depends. He may have in his prompting included a specific illustrator to follow the style of. And then if he prompted it correctly for when someone describes their character, always describe it, with consistent age, hair color, eye color, skin color, whatever. Might be a way to do it, or we might have just gotten lucky here. The character consistency. I did see there's an app out right now. I forget what it's called. That's doing really consistent characters, but you have to do a lot of setup to get them. Will I check out the tool speechkey.org? Speechki.org. Sure. Let's go look at speechkey.org. Speechkey.org. A voice generator with realistic text to speech. find us in the Chat GPT plugins. We can compare this to 11 Labs. Sign into plugin.
Hello there. I am going to show you how to use SpeechKey for project recording. Let's start. To get started, click the Create a Project button. Fill in the
We don't need no stinking manual. We need text. Oh, let's go get some of our text from our Gummy Glen adventure. Oh wait, where's the one we just did? Here, this one. Because this has... All right, so we're going to go over to SpeechKey. We're going to pop in that. We're going to select a speaker.
تعتبر بصمات مخالب القطط فريدة من نوعها. تشبه meditatie kan die breinse verander, geheugen en concentratie bevorderen.
We got a lot of voices.
The term happiness is used in the context of... The term happiness...
In a thrilling night on the ice, Frostbite Guardians...
Meditation can change the...
The term happiness is used in the context...
The term happiness is used in the context of mental or emotional states, including positive or pleasant emotions.
The term happiness is used in...
Introducing Blossom Enchantment, a fragrance that
Recording voiceover. That's going to piss off the voiceover people. It ain't recording shit, people. It's generating. Voiceover act. I did a workshop for a bunch of voiceover actors. They were not excited about this whole new reality, as you can imagine. Their jobs are not in jeopardy. Well, for certain jobs, they are. For certain jobs like voicemail phone trees and stuff like that, there are. But within a year, there's going to be no... Other than relationships, you'll be able to just do stuff like this.
In a Swiss lodge, gleaming, bright, where snowflakes dance day and night, lived twin boys, Zach and Ollie, true, with hearts of gold and laughter, too. Both loved games, pixels.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this is on par with 11 Labs Joker. It's a little sort of staccato and robotic, like all of these things are. They lack dynamics in cadence and timbre. They all do. That's the stuff that I think will get improved. But yeah, this is fine. I don't know. Is it free? It says upgrade to premium. Free. 2 free voice generations per month for free. Or $10 a month monthly, I'm guessing. Yeah, $9 a month. 10 voice generations. This is expensive. $25 a month for 30. So it's basically $1 per voice generation. $24 for 30 voice generations per month. That's fucking expensive. So I assume this is probably built on top of 11 Labs is my guess, or something like it. It could be one of the open source ones, but this is very expensive. So. Fantastic, Bob. Tell him what he's won. He hasn't won anything. This isn't a game show. Why do you always say that? I like having people win things. You're unemployed. You've won a new car. No, they haven't won a new car, and they'd have to pay taxes on it anyway. Why do you talk like that? Fantastic, Bob. Tell him what he's won. Is this not a form of plagiarism? No, it is not. The G in GPT stands for generative, which means the content that's being written is being generated as original content each and every time. It's not copying and pasting. You can try the image D. It works a little. I know nothing about it. For sure. Should have taken the training. Is there a voice cloning plugin for GPT yet? A voice cloning plugin for GPT. Yeah, that one I was just at had a GPT plugin. I'm sure if you go look in the plugin store, there's a bunch of, maybe even someone's done something with 11 Labs. Probably Rudy. You can make money with ChatGPT. We like to win-win-winner. Draghouse. Man, I'm so into this. Steven, hey Kyle, did you look up search superpower GPT? I did not. I can. Let me go look at it. Search super power. Nothing showed up. It's not showing up. Super Search Buddy, Super Search Engine. And none of these have any. Summarize recent articles on space exploration. Searching with Bing. Denver snow, 1 to 4 inches likely tomorrow. Yay! Yeah, I couldn't find it. What would you like to show? Wait, what would you like to show? What would you like to show advanced ChatGPT users? Brandon Fowler, 84. I don't quite understand the question. So here's what. If you're an advanced ChatGPT user, I don't know what advanced means. I really don't, because it's like there are so many levels of this shit. Or not show and tell. That's not what I want. I want AI tools and resources. So, what I would say is, as an advanced Chat GPT user, I would say, have you fully exploited ChatGPT 3.5? Do you understand that it's faster? Are you regularly using custom instructions? Do you even know what custom instructions are? And have you played with conversational ChatGPT in the app, in the iOS and Android app? So I would kind of start with that as a base. And then for ChatGPT 4, have you compared ChatGPT 3.5 with ChatGPT 4 text generation? Do you understand why it's better, or which one might be better for certain kinds of things. There might be certain kinds of writing that 3.5 is better for than 4. There might not. Have you fully exploited internet access? Do you understand like what it means to have a large language model that's got access to internet access? Are you keeping up to date with how well it does it? Code interpreter. Have you used advanced data analysis in a fairly deep and fundamental way? Quite frankly, I feel like code interpreter, that feature alone within ChatGPT, if you consider yourself an advanced ChatGPT user and you haven't deeply explored code interpreter and what it is and what it makes possible and what it could do, that feels like you could spend months on it to really understand what that makes possible. You can do everything from, analyze CSV files to parsing PDF files to doing image analysis on, how files are constructed and what data's inside them, to turning still images into animations. I mean, this is so deep. Like, really understand what are the Python libraries that Code Interpreter has access to? What do those libraries make possible? And have you explored all of that? Like that, it feels like you could spend months on that. Then there's GPT Vision, uploading images just to have it look at the contents of an image and really understanding how to prompt ChatGPT with images. Then there's DALL-E 3 image generation. Like, how good are you at DALL-E 3? And again, that one runs really deep. Have you done tests with prompt coherence? Try to get it to include 25 items in an image and see how well it does it. And how do you prompt it in such a way that you can increase the predictability of that? And then there's the create and share custom GPTs. Like, how deep have you gone in creating and sharing custom GPTs? So I feel like that's a deep well. And then there's the playground. Like, go develop applications using traditional coding or using low-code tools like Zapier with the OpenAI APIs, and go make your own version of a GPT, but embedded on a website. So I personally feel like I could spend the next 2 years, if I really wanted to dig deep into AI, I could spend the next 2 years just on ChatGPT as it is today, not with the advancements that are coming, and not scratch the surface of it. Like, that's how sort of deep and profound I think it is. So I would sort of, I would say, deeply understand what tools are there, and then to the extent that you understand each one of those, then I think you're an advanced user. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, none of us are experts at this right now. Like, I don't know how deep that well goes. Like, it might be possible to tap it out. I haven't come fucking close. My work daughter tells our coworkers that Kyle knows me and does his lives for me. It's true, Joy Purdy. I do. These are all for you. Is this list available anywhere? Yes, this list is at the AI Salon. So if you go to there, go to the salon.ai. That's going to take you to a link tree. The first link is to the AI Salon community. And it's a Mighty Networks site. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. When you get to that site, there's a tab right near the top that says About the Salon. Read about the Salon. Read about what we're up to, and read about what our values are. And it's a community. There's about 700 people in the community right now. We just switched over from Discord to Mighty Networks to make it more accessible. Mighty Networks is just a web-based community management tool. And read about what we're up to. It's an amazing group of people. And then just explore the community and go into show and tell. And then in the community section, there's a thing called AI tools and resources. And that curated list that includes all that ChatGPT stuff I just talked about, that's all in there. As are a bunch of image tools and video tools and 3D tools and music tools. I would suggest you also try other models that aren't only ChatGPT. Absolutely, Pate. So here, let me show you. Pate's got a really good point. So I was answering the question, someone said, if I'm an advanced ChatGPT user, what else would I do in ChatGPT? I do all that. But then the next 8 tools after ChatGPT in this list are things that I think everyone who considers themselves AI literate should at least play with. Claude, Bard, Perplexity, and Microsoft Copilot are kind of the big 4 below ChatGPT. Bard, as soon as they launch Gemini Ultra, which is hopefully sooner than later, but my guess is end of February, probably March, but hopefully sooner. Pate, any news there? This potentially gets really good and could challenge ChatGPT 4. It's not there yet. Then there are what I call the specialty large language models: Pi, Grok, Llama 2. Llama 2 is actually a whole world of open source made possible because Meta released the Llama 2 large language model source code, basically. So the open source community is doing all sorts of amazing shit. And then you got Poe. And then you've got image generation tools, you've got video generation tools, music generation tools, and audio, and then 3D. So all of this stuff's in this AI tools and resources. All right. How to write a resume based on a job description. Copy and paste your LinkedIn profile and then copy and paste the job description. Have it rewrite your resume based on the job description. Have it rewrite your letter to that hiring manager based on your resume, and done. And then how to write a business plan based on market analysis. Have it do the market analysis and then have it write you a business plan based on the market analysis that it did. Any ideas when Gemini Ultra is coming out? Pate knows, but he won't tell us because he's a meanie. And it was, and the other thing, here's the thing about Pate. He's a super meanie, but then the other night he was like, oh, I can't really chat too much. I've just got a baby that fell asleep on my lap. So he's trying to soften us up like he's a sweetheart. But we know he's a meanie. Rudy, any idea? Oh, yeah. The API from Google is so easy and fun with Gemini Pro. I'm right there with you, Rudy. I want Gemini Ultra like yesterday. So, yeah, yes, yeah. Pate said to Rudy, yes, but I can't tell you. See, I told you he was a meanie. The whole baby thing is just a ruse. It's just a ruse to make us think he's got a heart. No. We know better. Grr, damn it! Please say it's in the next few months. It's Salon, the AI Salon. All right, my phone is being so janky. I'm pretty sure GPTs are coming for revenge. Seems better now. Llama is fun to play with. Just make sure you have a decent PC. Otherwise, it can take a while. Yeah, or the other thing to do, Rudy. And Rudy, if you haven't done this on your TikToks or your YouTube stuff, using virtual machines like Google Colab and thing, where you can basically use rented GPTs in the cloud, is a way that you can run it in a standalone environment, but still run it on good GPUs. Pate Modder, blink twice if it's within the next 2 weeks. Oh man. All right, let's go look at let's go look at show and tell. See what the kids have been up to for the past hour or so. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Oh, this is from Danielle's. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. So Danielle does, if you go to the AI Salon, Leah's Art Guild, Danielle's putting in Mad Libs challenges. So, and she's called Be Not Afraid in here, and she's called Danielle Be Not Afraid over there. And she's putting in these Mad Libs challenges where she'll write a prompt and then you go in and fill in your kind of Mad Libs things. And so go do that. Go make some images using her prompts because they're really fun. And if you're just getting into this stuff, those Mad Libs things can really help you understand how to do prompting. That's really slick. Very, very cool. What's that? I asked what was the best way to convey my request for image creation, and this was AL's response. Huh. Cool. Icy inspirations. There once was a llama called Mama. Joe Mama. GPT Store version 2.0. You're welcome, Sam Altman. Listen, honest to God, if they launched this as the Chat GPT Store, I guarantee you it would be better than what's there now. And easier to use. Enjoy the janky. Exactly. Oh, that's a cool one. Mr. IT, nice. Oh, that's slick. Nate St. Pierre. I'm playing around with Microflash Fiction Writer to see if it can write anything halfway interesting with simple instructions. Just upload any image and it will create a short, emotive summary story about it. Just give it a test and tell me if it's decent. So Nate St. Pierre, if you don't know Nate, really interesting dude, storytelling background. He's a web developer with a storytelling background, and he's doing some really interesting stuff with his GPTs. So you should go check his stuff out. What's this? Is this a song? Oh, it's a 3D model. Huh. That's cool. What'd you do it in, Vicky? Oh, in Luma AI. Yeah, that I've got that listed as one of the tools in the resource list. Life's like a box of chocolates. Steve Shredders. These are good. Enjoy the jank. It's perfect that enjoy is that misspelled for this particular image. All jank all the time. It's fucking awesome. All right, cool. Awesome, man. All right, listen. I got to get out of here, people. Let me flip this on over here and flip that on over there and flip that on over there. Let's see. Pate is teasing us, Kyle. I know. Pate's like that. He enjoys it. He enjoys it. Pate is a good guy, though, I got to say. Hair Growth Geek, thank you for the roses. You're amazing. They're plowing the sidewalks in front of me. Not sure if it came through or not. There may be something neat, not ultra, this month. Okay, cool. I'll tell you, Pate, one thing I would love to see from the Goog is, what the fuck was that thing called? Style Drop? Yeah, Style Drop Google. If you guys haven't seen this, where's the link to the original article? Here we go. Yeah. So if you haven't seen this, I'm hoping, Pate, that Google drops this as a tool at some point. So what this is this is the source image, and then all of these are prompted images. So this is like a banana in this style. This is a baby penguin in this style. This is a bench, an F1 car, a hat, a robot, a towel, a wooden cabin, a moose, right? So like it's got everything, including like the wavy paper in the background and the drawing style and sort of the blurry things. And then if you flip to different images, like same exact prompts, but just a single input image completely transforms all these output images. This is something Google's, they announced this. I don't know when this was. This was fucking ages ago. Like, look at that. That's like this 90s kind of icon style. Remember this style that was going around for a while? And like it redraws everything in that style. Just amazing. And like these little icons and those little icons and stickers.
Here are some images of
right?
in this style.
Just amazing. So anyway, I hope they put that thing out. All right, everybody. Listen, I got to get going. Y'all been swell. Let me go in here and see. So first of all, if you don't follow this channel, please follow. You can also pick up in one of the corners. There is a series about why I think AI is a bigger deal than I think it's underhyped. And so my series is called Underhyped. So it's a bunch of videos that'll tell you why. Thank you to the mods, to the irregulars, to anyone who subscribes to the channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And anyone who shows up here regularly, and go check out the AI Salon if you haven't done that yet. Rudy, thank you. Thank you for the thank you. Emilio's wife, good to see you. Papa JJ. Wait, what's that one called? That thing that I just showed is a white paper called Style Drop from Google. Just go look up Style Drop Google and you'll see it. Be Not Afraid, thank you so much. Dr. J. Prompts Cart, good to see you. Emilio's wife, good to see you. Who else we got in here? Joker, Clint Copperhead, of course, Forever Hooked. Silver Fox, Be Not Afraid. Joy Purdy, Source Camp, good to see you. Spin B3 California. Good name. Good night, Pate. But yeah, that is technically out, Kyle. Oh, is it? Oh, that's interesting. I haven't seen that. Is it out like usable? Oh, you have to do it in Vertex AI, so not a single tool or anything. Okay, yeah. Actually, I mean, if it's out in Vertex AI, that would be a fun tool to play with. That style drop thing's really slick if it's that good. We should play Never Can Say Goodbye. Y'all are just cruel. All right, everybody. Great seeing you. Happy Sunday night. The week starts tomorrow. Get curious about this shit. Get working. He thanked me twice because he likes me more. It's true. It's true. You're the best. Yeah, y'all are weird. All right. Peace out, everybody.